You're watching Headlines Today. I'm Maha Siddiqui. Our big breaking story at this hour. Are the armed forces a Group A service or not? Is the government discriminating against the armed forces on pay and allowances? The armed forces and the government are locked in a bitter battle over discriminatory pay and allowances. The Army, Navy and Air Force chiefs have taken up the matter with Defence Minister A.K. Antony. The issue is that all the allied services get non-functional upgrade, but armed forces are discriminated against. We have with us our Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant, who's bringing us that story. Also joining us in the studio is Major General Rajesh Singh. Let me first go across to Gaurav for a perspective on the story. Gaurav, why is the government not implementing the 6th Pay Commission for the armed forces? What are its arguments against it?
Well, the government's argument and sources in the armed forces say it's completely bizarre. Government has turned around and told the armed forces that they are not a Group A service. And the armed forces say this is completely bizarre. This argument just is untenable. The armed forces are fighting for parity, and this parity is extremely essential according to the armed forces, because as the general parlance is, this subject is above my pay grade. The armed forces pay grades are lower than their civilian counterparts. The IAS get accelerated promotions. In 17 years, an IAS officer becomes a joint secretary. For the allied services, they fought for the same parity. They got a 2-year acceleration, which is called the NFU. The general will explain the NFU, a non-functional upgrade, better to us. And that means if an IAS officer draws X amount of salary and allowances in 17 years of service, all the allied services will get it 2 years before him, 2 batches before him. And the armed forces just don't get it at all. And this is something that they're extremely miffed about. A major general, a joint secretary equivalent loses out on the 10,000 rupees. A lieutenant general and additional secretary equivalent loses out on 12,000 rupees and benefits every month. And this, as the armed forces insist, affects their morale.
Major General Singh, if there is a formula that Gaurav is talking about, the NFU, non-functional upgrade, why has it not been applied to the armed forces? Is it fair to say they don't fall in the grade A category, hence it cannot be applied to them? Isn't it discriminatory in nature?
Well, you see, Maha, as you have brought out yourself, and Gaurav has also brought out, it is very discriminatory and most unfair for the armed forces. Basically, it is a legacy of the 6th Pay Commission, where there was, which didn't have any representative of the armed forces, and this anomaly has been coming from there. Whereas the other allied services have got their due, but it's the armed forces which they have not got, and they are the ones who are losing out on this. One more thing I would like to add over here, as has been brought out by Gaurav, a joint secretary of IAS. He is in 17 years he becomes a joint secretary, whereas equivalent rank of a major general in the armed forces takes good about 31 to 32 years. So where is the fairness in the whole system? And this issue of that the armed forces are not class A officers, it doesn't stand to any reason, most illogical, and it can always be done away with, and parity needs to be restored at the earliest.
Absolutely. Parity needs to be restored. That's the demand of the armed forces. Gaurav, what are your sources telling you about the Raksha Mantri's response to the latest plea by the 3 armed forces chiefs who met him regarding the issue?
Well, the response so far has been negative, and this is a battle which armed forces tell us is more difficult than all the battles they may have fought in the past, and that is fighting their own bureaucracy. A bureaucracy that protects its turf, it looks after its interests, but nobody is looking after the interests of the armed forces. In this, whether it's the military engineering service, the MES is in a way a part of the armed forces, but the cadre controlling authority is not the army. MES has this NFU. So in a station, an MES station engineer then is senior to his army, to the army officer he's supposed to respond to, because he gets this parity when the army does not get it. Similarly, the border roads organization, again somebody who makes roads for the army in border areas, border road officers get it, but the army officers do not. the Border Security Force, the Central Paramilitary Forces, the Central Reserve Police Force, all of them have managed to get it. But for some reason, the Army, the Navy and the Air Force, three services, they have failed so far in this battle with the government of India, with the bureaucracy in this country.
Major General Singh, what are the hurdles that you foresee in the armed forces officers being looked at parity with other service officers now?
Well, you see, what I can bring out about the whole issue is, firstly, as far as the armed forces issues are concerned, and more so related with the rank status as well as with the pay and allowances, they have never been looked upon in a fairness by the at the bureaucratic level. So there is some issue or problem which is always there, and we have never got a due. So what I foresee is that at least this new pay commission which has been announced, that is a 7th pay commission, there should definitely be this thing, representation of the armed forces in which they can put their issues and they are taken cognizance of. Similarly, this particular anomaly which is there, which is carrying on since 2006, needs to be resolved at the earliest and all areas cleared and paid to the affected people. Otherwise, this will have a effect on the morale and motivation of the people. Also, it will also serve as it will not encourage the youth to join the army.
Absolutely.
Or the armed forces.
Absolutely. It will be very demotivating for the youngsters in the country who are looking at a career in the armed forces. Many thanks, Major General Singh and Gaurav, for getting us that story and the perspective into it.